recommend using that instead. And I know it's not the best quality in the world, but this is what we're working with. So when you are drawing fur, you would want to normally look at a reference image. I am just going to look at what I drew yesterday as my reference image. But when you're doing this, the most common thing that you want to do is you want to go back and forth with your pencil like that. You want to go, that's a no-no. When you are drawing fur, you always want to lift up your pencil and just draw in the direction that the fur is going in. You want to get the shadows in before you go in and add the highlights or the lowlights. Just get a general base started. So I'm very lightly going in and adding some shaded areas. Hair doesn't all go in the same direction, even if we might want it to. It does scatter and overlap in some areas, and especially with animals, it does tend to clump in some areas, like if you're doing a lion or even like a long-haired cat. That would be something you'd want to be aware of. I'm just going in and building up the graphite with my pencil. I'd like you following along with this, please. So once I've created a base, I'm going to go in. I'm using my sweatshirt. Don't do that. I'm an art teacher. My clothes are all literally trash. But I'm going in and I'm blending it out, not with my finger because I don't want the oils to get on the page, but I'm using a cloth. Why is it so? It looks blurred. That's funny. I'm going to go back in and I'm going to do the same pencil strokes that I was doing before, except a little bit heavier pressure. I'm still using the B pencil. You don't want to go up in the grade too fast. Lighter pencils are good for building a foundation. You don't normally want to build a foundation with a heavier pencil because that would leave the image looking a little bit grainy. I'm going in with a little bit heavier pressure now in the shaded areas, and I'm starting to add a few of the flyaways that you might normally see. So I have a pretty good base with my B pencil, so I'm going to go in with my 2B and I'm going to start adding my shaded areas. I'm going to try and avoid the highlighted areas at this point because I don't want it to be too dark, but I will every now and then go in and add a flyaway here. Here's really where you really want to start being conscious about where you are making your marks and going with the grain of the hair. I'm gonna go in with my eraser now. You kneaded erasers work the best, but I'm using one of the white erasers. I believe I sent them home with you. I'm just gonna go in and create random strokes throughout the paper. I'm still going in the same direction as the hair. And it's actually helping me create the textures. So I have pencil marks on there. I don't want to touch it. I would blow on it, but I'm wearing a mask, so that doesn't really work. So I just wiped them away. So that gives me my hair texture. I could go in and I could develop this even more, but I'm going to leave it at where it is right now so I can move on to